Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show, now on Feel It Radio.
Hey, what's up, Dawg?
Not much, Gus. You?
Oh, nice day out here in Ottawa, Ontario.
Yes, sir.
We have a great little group with us today, eh?
We sure do. And, you know somebody in the band.
Shocker, eh?
Oh, fuck. I had to sit down for that one.
PJ and I go way back.
Way back.
Good friends, actually.
Introduce them then.
Well, this is the Power NAPS. Gentlemen, how are we?
Good. Doing great.
Yeah, we're great. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for coming. It's nice to see you. And so cool. I was listening to a couples, like PJ sent me a nice link to the YouTube at Mavericks, like the live show you guys did. And then, of course, we've been listening to the 3 songs that you have on Spotify. And love them. I love them. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully more to come for sure.
Yeah.
Can I just point out right away, as soon as you hit record, PJ, who's our singer, his voice just got super velvety.
Did it?
Yeah, really.
It's the scarf. He's wearing a scarf.
Mike, when you're talking, though, can you talk into the
Oh
microphone?
my God, this is going to be difficult for me.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I appreciate you looking at PJ and telling him he has a velvet voice. I mean, that's a lovely segue to my question. Where did you guys meet? How did it kind of come together?
It's kind of a longer-ish story. I could tell my portion, and then you take.
You tell your version, and then I'll
do the Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
We only have an hour, gentlemen.
So footnotes. So there's one other power napper. Is that what we're calling ourselves?
that doesn't.
One more
sound
member
right.
of the band, our bass player, is not here.
A nappy.
Andrew.
Is he a nappy?
A napster?
The nappy.
A napster? We might get sued
Oh,
for
yeah,
that.
you get in a lot of trouble for that one.
Snoozer.
We haven't got that far yet.
Yeah.
But I met him. One of my earliest jobs, I worked at Pizza Hut, and I met him there.
We have to big him up, by the way, because he's not here. He was like, "Oh, big me up big time." So, yeah, Andrew, he was like, "Where did you work with him?"
Pizza Hut.
And he was the employee of the month, 12
Every
months
month.
out of the year.
Every month.
So let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
He was hot
Thank
shit.
you. Yeah, that's
He
all
was
we'll
hot
do for
shit.
tonight.
He
Thank
can make
you.
a pie
Yeah.
like nobody's business.
And the voice
sweet
of the
pie.
band.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he's not here.
Yeah.
He would have loved this.
All right, let's stop this interview now. Andrew, where are you? Why aren't you here?
It's true.
Is he working at Pizza Hut the overnight? Or?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's delivering pies.
When you're that good, they don't let you go.
No, they pay you the big bucks.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't good. 'Cause I worked there,
$4.75
too.
an hour.
Yeah.
Still.
Yes.
So, you haven't really answered the question.
Nor will I. No, I met him there, and he, we were both into music, and I think we jammed once, and it was awful, and I don't think it happened again after that. I think we played once, and we're like, okay, well, that was fun. And then years later, he got a better job, and he bought himself some nice gear, and he remembered that I played, so I think he looked me up on Facebook, and then we got together and started playing. And that's how I met him. Now, how do you fit into this whole thing?
Yeah, because I hadn't met Brem. We call him Brem. His last name is Bremner. A lot of people don't even know his first name. But I had not met him before I met you. And I had some mutual friends of Mike's at Jack Astor's, and then we just sort of, I guess we both realized that we liked music and started to play and write, which was really cool. We were both interested in not just doing covers and doing original music, which was great. So we started doing that, and we ended up playing some small little things at Jack Astor's where Mike worked at the time, and then I didn't. So we continued that for a long time. This was 25.
Not 25 years ago. Were you going to say years?
I was going to say years. I was shorter then.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
So him and I were playing together for a while, and then I invited Andrew, and PJ was playing drums. He was a terrible drummer.
It was a terrible idea,
So
period.
we're like,
yeah.
we got to get him off the kit.
We had no one else.
And we did the old Spinal Tap, just rotation of drummers. And
Nice.
it just never really worked out. And then I think after the pandemic, we were like, we got to, we want to keep playing.
So fast forward 25
Yeah, 25 years later.
I'm taller now.
We took a hiatus.
Yeah.
And then we put an ad out. And then this guy found us.
Yeah.
So
I literally moved over from Ireland this time last year, the 6th of March last year. So just over a year. and like I played music for years back home, so I just wanted to jump straight into it. I kind of just about picked up a drum kit in my first couple of weeks. I got a piece of crap Yamaha Ryzen kit, and I was like, that'll do. All I had was hi-hats. Checked out the Ottawa musicians page, and these guys had an ad up, so I was like, yeah, I'll check them out. They're like, oh, come in for a bit of an audition, yeah. So I went in and jammed out, had a bit of fun, had a bit of crack, and yeah, I was like, these only normally jam for an hour, and they were like, oh, yeah, there's someone else coming in to audition after you. So I was like, oh, I was a bit butthurt leaving. I was like, mother. But needless to say, I got the call back, so it was all right.
Well, yeah, we had I think like 4 guys booked, and we had, was he? Yeah, Owen was the first one, and we were like, I don't know if we want to call the rest of the guys. You know, like we had another guy after you that was good, but we're just like we just really got along with him really well, and he was a killer drummer. So we're like, we don't want to do any more auditions, because the thing with auditions, if you get someone in that's awful, you know right away that they're awful, and then you got to play with them for another hour. So
and hang out, right? Yeah. Like it's important not just to be a good musician, but like you got to want to hang out with these people and spend time. Yeah. So Owen's not that guy, but he's a great drummer.
Yeah.
He shows up.
It's the checks and balances, right? He's a great drummer, but as a conversationalist, he's shite.
There you go.
You understood
there you
that,
go.
right?
I did,
Yeah.
I watch television.
Well done. Well done, Dawg. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice ad.
It's the same with us too. I don't know how I put up with him, and he puts up with me. So,
Well, it's, at this point it's professional. So like,
oh, it's that now, is it?
yeah, originally it was like we were just going to talk about music, and then the thing grew. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Then people
Now
want
I'm
us to
stuck
talk
with you
to
every
them.
week. I got to come in there and see you. But it's all good.
It's a burden you
all
have
good.
to bear, my friend.
Yeah, well, there is an ad up on Facebook.
There's like another guy coming
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It's got to look like me.
I already
and-
talked to PJ about it. This is the first hour, and then there's an hour after you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
real
he's got a luscious beard. Is that why I'm out?
Oh, you both have luscious beards.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just trim
Owen's
mine.
got
I
a
don't know
nice
if I
sharp.
can-
Owen's got a nice sharp beard. Actually, we have a sponsor called Bush Beard.
Yep.
So if you ever need Bush Beard products,
They're amazing.
you
I
can
use
get
them all the
10% off with Dawg and Gus 10.
This makes sense. Nice.
That's how mine
You
is
right?
so sharp.
Let's
I
put it there.
already
That was
used
great.
that product.
She doesn't give me nothing
you?
because I'm
Nice.
straight faced, but
time. Yeah, but we're working on something for your hair.
Oh yeah.
We meaning her, not me. You don't want me doing that stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
You'll be bald in a week.
Yeah, I don't want that. Oh, here's some bleach.
It's
So like when you guys are at, like when you play, like does it sort of just automatically feel normal? Does it feel natural to play together? Like does it, obviously you have that history, and I know Bremner actually through you, PJ. And he's a hilarious guy. But is there just a natural kind of flow to your music, or do you feel like when you get into writing together, there's challenges, I'm sure, but does it feel good?
I think more recently there's been challenges because I know I was coming into a whole back catalogue of songs that had already been established. So I suppose it was fun initially to put my own stamp on what was already established. So now it's kind of moving into new waters because we've already started recording some songs that, like, some of them were pretty established, and then I put my stamp on them ones. So now it's kind of moving into the new phase of just completely new material as the 4 of us. So not that it's like difficult or anything like that, it's exciting, but like we all have very different ideas, I suppose, about what sounds good, or so it kind of, when we sit down to practice, it can be like feel a jam. Like it's really nice to come in and just jam for like 10-20 minutes and just feel where it goes. And like that works really well, and we can kind of nitpick different things that work well in them aspects. But then again, you can get lost in a 30-minute jam and then just go, what did you think sounded good at the end of it? And sure, I can't remember what I was playing 2 minutes ago, let alone 30 minutes ago,
Yeah, somebody says, play that thing that you did there.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I don't remember what I did.
Yeah, there's a
3
lot of
seconds
things
ago.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still, for me anyway, it's very exploratory just yet, because like the guys already have very established kind of themes and what they like and different ideas. So, and like that, I'll throw in some ridiculous stuff like we'd start jamming, and then all of a sudden I'd start playing some samba thing, and everyone would kind of turn their head and be like, "What the hell?"
Which is great. Like I find we really explore our songs, especially if it's something new. Like sometimes we'll play it in a different kind of genre or something, but we like to kind of like really piece things out, if that is even a sentence.
Yep.
Like we'll have like a rough structure for it. You know, like there's one that we've done recently. It's kind of a funky tune, and I think we just hit record, and the structure is pretty much there. And PJ's like, "That song's done," you know. But I'm like, "Well, I gotta still make sure I know," because I was just winging it the whole time, and I know I can't do that again the same way. So I kind of have to spend a little time to kind of figure out what parts I'm gonna keep and what parts I'm gonna discard and replace and stuff like that.
It makes
But
sense.
I think the jam process is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think with the four of us, and especially with the addition of Owen, like everyone has a say in things. Like I think we all write as a group, which is awesome. And things end up. I mean, sometimes it takes a little longer, but yeah, it works out, and it's great that it's sort of an open forum, and everyone has an opinion, and we've always been that way, and it just works well for us. So
it's the experimentation in that respect. It takes longer, but that's because someone will just throw in a curveball and be like, "Let's do this weird thing here for like a minute and see where it goes." And like, I love that exploration in the music and just kind of messing around with rhythms, melodies, and stuff like that. And yeah, it seemed sometimes you go down like a dead end, but like a lot of the time it works out really nicely.
So when the recording process is a little different than doing it live, right? Because if you guys go live, you just got to feel, okay, Mike is going on this, and that's, and then Owen's in there, and all of a sudden it's just a jam, right? As opposed to, okay, boys, we're doing this song in the studio. We need to be a little bit more regimented and more structured in what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where, for me, it's easy. It's vocals; they're written down. I know how it's going to go, right? That my job is so easy in the studio. For these guys, it's a lot more legwork, and it takes time to make sure you've got your parts right. And we've been in the studio for the past month recording another 3 songs, and for Mike especially, he's doing multiple guitars and doing leads, and there's a lot of stuff that happens before you even get into the studio, not to waste anyone's time and money and all that stuff. So I like to be there for those sessions, just in support, and it's fun. Studio's fun. It's fun to be there and kind of root your guys on, and so yeah.
Well, like in the studio, you could focus on the little particular things. Like, we record Owen's drums, and maybe one time he'll play a fill, after the first verse one way, but maybe he has 3 different ways he does it. So when we record, he kind of figured, okay, this is the one I want to do. And then Andrew comes in with the bass, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to accent on that little thing that he does. That when we jam, we know that doesn't always exist until you record it and you hear it, and you practice along to it. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go somewhere with that a little bit. And it's like the little subtleties that.
Yeah, which I assume is the same for a lot of bands, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nice, like that you guys have that original rapport that you and then Owen really must bring something different that kind of freshens it up for you a little bit, because you kind of, you know what I mean? Like you have that history together, and then you bring in someone new, and it sort of revives the band essentially, and sort of gives you another view, like another set of eyes and ears on it, and sort of gets you going to feel, like the jam sessions that you have, and then you're writing great music, and then having a new guy to the group is phenomenal, and he obviously fits in. I mean, he's pretty personable.
Yeah.
So
getting that fresh perspective is huge, because like some of these songs, like PJ was saying, we've been playing them for like over a decade. So like it's when you even like say you write it and you kind of, it's not that great to begin with, but then you keep doing that, and then you think it's good now because you're just used to it. That's when it's really helpful when someone comes in and says, hey, that's fucking awful. Which is what Owen always tells us.
in a completely different.
I did that. He just shit over.
No, but I find I like to ask you, like, if we got to choose, like, say we're going to record, we got to choose, 3 songs. It's like choosing from your children. It's like, I don't know. For me, they're all equally good. There's not one that stands out. So it's good to hear what other people like, because I might think a song is great, but no one else does.
Yeah. And that sound you just heard was Mike backing the bus over Owen, by the way.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Like, when you guys are writing, do you guys think of like the melodies that you're going to use, like your guitar, the drums? Because I'm always confused. Like, when you hear the lyrics to a song, how do you decide that this is the way you're going to play the guitar on this one? This is the way you're going to play the drums? That's always been something I've always wondered.
Yeah.
So we'll let the singer answer this one.
Yeah, right.
That's how the start of every song. Just find the pitch.
That's his first lyric is,
And I understood the question.
That's a
good.
James Brown
Yeah.
lyric.
For me, I write the melody first on a guitar, usually acoustic guitar. I'll write the melody and then add the words in later. That's for me often. More often than not, with the 4 of us, someone will come up with a melody. And then, the bass gets added to that, another guitar gets added to that, and then Owen will kind of do whatever he wants on the drums, and things sort of come
And another bus.
in a different language.
yeah, sometimes like Andrew will have a bass line or something, and I don't know, one of us will just make a sound, and then we'll kind of, that'll get stuck in all of our heads, and then he'll write some words that kind of fit along with that melody.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a song, but.
You're pretty good for ad-libbing, as in, like, not really saying words, but, like, coming up with a melody lyrically, like, just...
Well, I know very few words,
Yeah,
so
but
it's
it helps. So you can just blast on.
it's my dictionary is.
It's good to repeat them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was just
All the
established.
words- all the lyrics in our songs are the same words, just rearranged
Yeah.
slightly.
And they
Right.
almost sound
It's more like
correct.
it's more like
Yeah.
vowels more than
Yeah.
words.
It makes things a lot easier for sure.
Oh, shit.
What do you say to that?
I don't know. I think we should just end it.
Full plug!
That was perfect. That was perfect, guys. This is awesome. So Owen, where are you from in Ireland?
Donegal, it's like northwest.
Okay.
I actually I don't know if you ever heard of a blues guitarist called Rory Gallagher.
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, he was born in the town that I grew up in, Ballyshannon.
Oh,
I'll give
cool.
a shout out.
Cool.
There's a really good rock and blues festival there, tribute festival every year. It's normally around the June bank holiday weekend. It's got a great international vibe. They got a lot of people from Germany, Holland, the UK. A lot of the UK residents come over, but it's a great festival. You get cheap camping. It's on the street drinking. It's not like over here where you have to go to designated drinking areas. You can go to the liquor store, get your can of beers, go down the street and watch some amazing rock and blues players play in the street for about 12 hours of the day. It hits 10 o'clock at night, and every bar in the town is full of live music. So that's a little shout out to the Rory Gallagher Festival and Barry that runs that.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That sounds terrible. We should go.
Oh yeah, I think
Right
it's
now.
gonna be a,
June?
Yeah.
be a good rip. Yeah, no, I'm not busy at all these days.
No, you're not busy. Whatever.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
So that's my influence anyway. I started learning the drums when I was probably about 13, 14. And I think the festival was just in its early iterations in around then. So there was like some really good local musicians that were kind of getting it off the ground. And they done like some really cool music workshops and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I started getting a lot of my inspiration when I was younger.
Super cool.
Very super cool. I want to go now.
We'll go.
Me too.
Right now. See you, boys.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Let's all go.
Let's go.
You guys could play.
Yeah, the Power Naps are going to play, and I'm just going to be a roadie.
That'd be
Done.
Be decent.
I like it.
Yeah, except you have a bad back. You can't lift anything.
Yeah,
So
sorry, guys.
yeah,
And a
You'll
heart
be the
condition.
mic guy.
I'll just be there.
Yeah, I'll help the singer.
I'll
with
roll
his
the
mic.
joints.
Yeah.
Has there been any surprises that have come up in the last little while that has hindered progress, or are you kind of on a roll right now? Where were you guys at with
I
your?
suppose just more so with the recording aspect of things, like the live shows have kind of taken a bit of a backseat, so we could just focus completely on the
an
recording
album.
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that coming into spring, summertime, we're looking to get back on the wagon and just get loads of bookings going. We've got a gig coming up on April 8th in Café de Cuff, and then we're playing a cool little festival, the Beatbox Festival. It's on like an organic farm out in Nepean? No.
Yeah, I think it's.
Is it in Barhaven?
Bell's Corners?
Beatbox
area?
Farms. It's I guess Nepean is.
Yeah,
It's
Bell's
right
Corner.
on-
Bell's
right
Corner
by
is
the
still in
river.
Nepean. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, we played.
We played there
summer.
last year, and it was a really good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
really awesome. Like it was their first year last year, and like we're hoping to go back and bring it back bigger and better this year. So yeah,
Nice.
it should be a lot of fun.
Had some chickens behind you during.
Yeah,
our
we
sets,
literally played in front of a chicken coop. So yeah, I'd say they stopped laying for a while after that.
Traumatized.
Luxury.
Or
That's
they
why the price of eggs
laid a
has gone
lot.
through the
Yeah.
Or they did.
It was sexy.
Hey,
Yeah.
who's the sexy drummer? I gotta lay some eggs.
This guy keeps saying the same words over and over
Yeah,
again.
And look at that luscious
No,
beard.
wasn't good.
Yeah, no,
luscious.
luscious.
Isn't that a great word though? Luscious.
Luscious.
Use it as a lyric, PJ.
Say it.
That's not part of my
That's not in the
Vocab.
repertoire.
24 words. Yeah.
24 words
Which
or
I've
less.
used up in this interview.
So we're done talking to the singer. Now we have the guitarist and the drummer left.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Dog, your beard's looking flickin' great, my man.
Thanks, Gus. I've been using the Bush Beard Wash.
The what now?
At Bush Beard, they know that every man with a beard is a unique beardo. And that's why they offer a wide range of products to cater to every beard's needs. Whether you have a long and luscious mane or prefer to keep it short and sharp, their products will help you achieve that perfect look.
From the nourishing beard oil and balm to the refreshing beard wash, their products are made with all-natural local ingredients to keep that beard healthy, soft, and lustrous. The beard comb and brush are designed to detangle and shape your beard, making sure you always look your best.
At Bush Beard, they're dedicated to providing the best possible grooming experience for all the beardos out there. So why settle for an average beard when you can have a glorious, well-groomed one? Try Bush Beard products today and unleash the full potential of your beard.
Be sure to use Dawg and Gus 10 and get 10% off your order.
Bush Beard, the small-town brand with the big old Canadian heart.
Now, besides that festival, is there any other venue you like to play around this area?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Oh, sorry, that we do or would like to play.
Sure, whatever.
Either or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. And we're done.
No,
Yes.
No, we'd love
Could
to
you
play.
elaborate? We are trying to fill an
Mike,
hour.
Yeah.
Mike, you're not PJ, so
I
you can
know, just
elaborate.
come on,
more.
Mike.
Any words, yeah.
Anywhere that's not in front of a chicken coop.
Yeah.
And there's
The
the
only
answer
way
we
is
were
up.
looking for.
Be
Yeah,
kind of
the
cool
only
though
way
on
is
the drum set where there's a chicken and you're just like beating it. Anyways, go on. Mike.
Like in
Yeah.
the head of the... Yeah, yeah.
It'd be almost like having the Muppets on stage with you.
Taking the term beating the eggs to a completely different
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
We'd probably
Excuse the dad jokes. Yeah.
probably take a little heat for that.
All right, let's get back on track.
Oh,
But
wow.
I think the Rainbow.
Yeah, Rainbow's cool,
I
yeah.
think that's somewhere we'd all love to play.
We had a show booked for there, and
I got COVID.
that's right.
I got COVID.
Irish got COVID, and I was fine.
the rest of us
I went to
got
PEI.
Oh, yeah.
Had a great time.
You should have just done like a one man like scat show. Scat
Yeah.
that means something different here though, does it?
It's like skibidi, scat.
Oh,
man.
okay, right. Okay, I thought it might have meant
That'll
something
do though. People will gather for.
Well, there's another
scat.
meaning for the word scat, but we
different. Okay,
won't
right.
talk
Let's
about
veer
Right.
away from that one.
that. Yeah.
Sorry, I was like,
Try and keep it PG.
once I said it, I was like, oh, does that mean something different?
It does.
Crap.
So yeah, we did have a show lined up for there, and then some COVID cases around, and I know Bremner really wants to play at House of Targ. He's been talking about that place for
Great spot.
That'd be great.
for a
He
while.
just likes
yeah.
pinball.
Okay,
That's
make
all
that
it sounded
happen
like.
because I want to go there and have pierogies. So we'll
Yes,
come see you
they-
guys, have pierogies, play some pinball,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and we're good.
Yeah.
Get some high scores.
No, probably
Yeah.
not. Oh, maybe you, but not me.
No.
I'll just eat pierogies.
I just like to sit down after some pierogies and not play pinball.
There you go.
Just digest.
There you go.
Excellent.
Irene's would also be great. Basically, any venue we haven't played, which is a lot right now because
Like
We've
that
only-
because I'm new here. I don't know
Yeah.
half of the venues, so I'm open to.
There's a lot of
Anyway.
like surprisingly in Ottawa.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously doing this podcast, we've met a lot of interesting artists, and you learn so much about different venues. But there's a lot of venues like per capita here in Ottawa. It's really kind of cool, to be honest. It's like Café des Cuff's a really great place to play, and Irene's obviously has that history, and House of Targ is recognized all over the city. Like it's just cool. I think it'd be cool for you guys, especially from when you guys were younger. And I'm similar in age, so like we didn't have a lot of places to go. You wouldn't have had a lot of places to go play. I mean, there was only kind of a handful, and now there's like 20 of them, right? So,
and we're lucky enough that like I don't know if any of them closed over the pandemic. Like the Rainbow almost did.
Yeah, but they got bailed
they got
out.
bought. So did Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is the 27 Club still open?
I haven't heard of that one, so I don't know.
Or it used to be Zaphod's.
Zaphod's is closed because I think they're redoing Barrymore's.
Oh.
They're doing a renovation there, which is huge because, like, for me, and I have so many amazing memories of Barrymore's. Like, if you had a friend come into, and Kevin, our friend who passed away a few years ago, he'd always be there on Sundays in his stupid yellow truck. He'd get that parking right in front.
Awesome. That was 80s night, right?
Yeah, but he'd be there every Sunday. And but you'd bring someone who came to town, if they came from Toronto or somewhere, that's where you'd go, right? Like, because it was a cool bar to go to. It was leveled, and there was so many great people that worked there. And then, of course, the music that was on was amazing too, right? So anyways, Barrymore's, they need a refresh. Like, I can't wait to see what they do there. Yeah. Hopefully they keep the old sign. That would be that'd be key.
And hopefully keep most of the decor too, right?
Yeah.
That was the essence of it, right?
Yeah.
It was a very unique spot in Ottawa, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kevin and I got kicked out of that place many times.
yes, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
If I got kicked out of there, I knew the bouncers, so they didn't really kick me out.
Even if you did, I've been kicked out of there too, and I probably with either Kevin or Claudius always got me in a lot of trouble too. So another friend of ours.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you get it. It's okay.
We're older, and we're older.
Yeah, we're older and taller.
We have more responsibilities now.
Responsibilities?
Yeah, we didn't have cell phones back then, which
is a good thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
No documentation.
No. So who, like, if you're to, like, you all seem to be the outgoing ones. Obviously, I think Owen is the answer to this, but who's the one that, like, kind of, maybe it's Bremner too, but goes out and, like, gets the gigs and, like, does all the groundwork, Pounds the pavement. Owen pounds the pavement.
Can you guys see me pointing?
Yes,
it's radio.
Yeah.
No, I think Owen's probably the most active. I think we try to keep up a little bit.
The guy with the least amount of connections in the industry in the local area came in and started booking gigs for us. I'm like, how does that work?
The rest of us just don't like people enough to communicate and get to talk to them.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, Owen's also got that charming accent.
He does.
Right? He just walks in the door.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of people that ask me to repeat the question again and again and again. And like that, my name written down is spelt.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so like they call me lots of weird names and then ask me to repeat stuff. So I'm like, it's a challenge, but we'll make it work.
Well, they must be like, just like, let's shut this guy up and you're good. You
can come in and play next week. Just stop talking to us.
Yeah. Or else you get someone that like I could listen to you talk all day, and then you're like, right, well, I gotta go. So give me the gig or what?
I can hear you talk all day.
Yeah. Wow. That was creepy. So with you guys, we talked about this before. Are you guys introverted, extroverted? Like, there's four of you, so obviously Owen is, Irish.
Very introverted.
Yeah, very into himself. Yeah.
I'm a combo. What? I'm definitely a combo. Like, I could, if it's people I know, then I don't shut up to a fault. But if it's not people I know, with the exception of you guys, because there's a microphone and I'm supposed to talk.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a hermit, and I just kind of keep to myself.
He's pretty good on stage. Like, he'd be pretty extroverted on stage, in fairness.
Yeah,
I remember because, like, when we first hung out, like, it took a while for us both to, it took a while for everyone to warm up to me because I was new or whatever, but
it was that voice made us nervous.
But then, like, when I saw you on stage, it was like, oh, Mike's all right. Like, just saw you, like, running around, rocking around. I was like,
he's all right.
He's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
way to use that
Yes.
vocabulary.
Yeah.
Well done.
P, what about you? What do you see yourself as?
I think the older I've gotten, the less extroverted I've become, but I think I'm still there. Bremner's a paramedic, so he's kind of forced to, he's got to deal with stuff, and so he's definitely an extrovert, but
He's a little. I remember when I first met him, I thought, this guy's kind of weird. Now I think he's probably one of the more normal people I know. But I remember thinking that he was a bit weird, and I think with his job he deals with a lot of weird people, so I think he's just comfortable.
Well, and
know,
he
in
deals with a
whatever
lot
situations.
of weird situations.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, extreme.
Yeah, like stuff we would never want to see, So I would imagine you have to have kind of an interesting sense of humor for that.
Well, personality too, right?
Yeah.
Which is great for writing songs.
That's true, yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
yeah, he's got some stories for sure, as you can imagine, and some of those have turned into lyrics.
Yeah. I don't know if he's allowed to talk about some of his work stories.
Well, without naming names and stuff,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
I mean,
things
yeah.
trickle out into the songs, I think. And
But if I hear the story and then I write a song, it's okay.
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like PJ, I'm not writing songs because my vocabulary is about 4 more words than his.
and those were the 4.
And that was it.
Well done.
Are you guys musicians? I know you guys.
I poke
Gus
around. I
mentioned.
poke around at a guitar,
He does.
but and I play the harmonica because
Oh, yeah?
my grandfather played. But that's I'm not a good guitarist. I enjoy it, but yeah.
I'm gonna just go out on a limb and ask, would you ever want to play with us?
Holy shit! Like it'd be.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Bring the
I'd
harmonica.
maybe
Harmonica.
maybe the harmonica. I don't think I could keep up with like PJ or playing guitar like I couldn't or you.
Harmonica would be awesome.
I will come on stage and smash a guitar.
Yeah.
Like I'm super
bring your own.
extroverted. So
Yeah. Or a drum kit.
yeah, he can be
Smash
the, you can be
something
the
of
chicken.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
Owen's chicken.
Nice.
Full circle.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd try that out.
It's not bad.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe. I'll say maybe. I am extroverted. I'm open to pretty much doing anything, but it does make me nervous to be with a professional musician. And
Just come over and jam with us sometime.
all right, we'll talk
That's
about it.
the
Yeah.
first I've ever seen that.
What's that?
You look like me over there.
Well, it's an honor to be asked.
Yes,
but
it
it's also
most certainly is. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
makes-
agree 100%.
makes me-
I want to see it.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
And you can do anything you want to do. You're also invited.
Yes, I'll be the sound
Dancing?
guy.
Our first show with the Rainbow.
Wait, you turn
be
the
the
volume
sound
up.
guy, and you can go back and play a
What's
few
that-
songs
what's
on the
that,
harmonica.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll play the triangle.
No, but what's the one where it's the
I don't know what that's called, but that's what I call it.
Like a-
I'll
like
come
a
and play that
Puerto Rican
thing.
choir.
I'll play that
Something
thing for
like that.
sure.
Every band could use one of
Is
those.
it the,
Yeah.
the like the washboard?
I think it's
Yeah.
a wooden. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's like a Puerto
you got
Rican
you got a
guiro
stick and
or
it's
something.
kind of ribbed and stuff. And you make
Didn't
the
they
noise
have
with.
like a metal vest that they?
Oh, that's a
Right?
washboard.
Oh,
Yeah,
Can
that's
I do
different.
that?
Different,
I'll
yeah.
do that.
Okay.
I mean, that would look pretty cool.
Imagine meeting the guy that's selling that on Marketplace. Like, it's like, yeah, I've got the metal thing at home there.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Like,
Come on
Very
by.
deliverance,
Come on
right?
by.
We talked
Oh,
about
no, banjo.
washboards and
He's
stuff
definitely
like
wearing
that.
chaps.
I've always wanted to go to medieval times.
What does that have to
You
do
know
with
that?
anything?
Well, it just
you never
reminded me
been?
of like the armored
Yeah.
suit,
I also-
And there's one in
I
Toronto.
thought that was like kind of
chainmail.
like coming in on like venues you'd like to play. And
Medieval times?
medieval times.
medieval times would be really cool.
That's right up there.
Just bring him a
And now the
horns.
power naps. It's like, they just had this jousting battle, and then like all of a sudden.
Would that be great? You just start with the trumpet there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To announce you guys in. And
Maybe
then
that's
away you
all
go.
we're actually playing. Is we each have 6-foot horns that make one sound. And that's what we're doing.
You guys knew exactly where I was going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring a recorder.
So you don't even really, you just have to put it out there, and then
This is
everything
easy.
happens,
I
right?
also do.
This is
Yeah.
easy.
Medieval times. This funny story. I went to the one in Florida when I was 10 years old, and I still have the pamphlet, and everybody autographed it, even the king.
You got the King's autograph.
I'm not kidding.
I just want to
I'm
say.
going to send you guys a photo of it, just because I'll have to pull it out from somewhere. I don't know where it is.
I
But
love how your eyebrows went up when you said "even the king."
It's a status. It's a status
Yeah,
thing
that
for
was
him.
a-
yeah, I
Right.
might frame it. I might frame it.
Might
Put her up.
frame
Yeah.
you haven't done it by now, you're not going to do it.
So we said, I talked to PJ and I said we'd sort of play a song at this point. So is there a song that like we can just add in and then you could tell us about? We'll put one in right now.
I'd say something by Pearl Jam or
no.
Oh, you meant of
yours?
Oh, I got it right.
I think the best recording we have is He Played.
Right.
Okay,
right.
There it is. We'll play it now.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't have to stop it.
I just did. No, I didn't. Great. So we'll do
okay.
that.
Yeah.
So
And by we, I mean me.
We'll sit in silence for
Yes,
5
for
minutes.
how long is the song?
No. It's like a 4-minute song. Keep it down over there.
And stop it.
He wrote a new song. It's only 2 minutes long. He's gotta say it tonight. He might have to play it twice. Well, it's $5 at the door. Well, it's worse than before. It's an empty bar, and still he grabs his guitar. Well, now he hits the streets. He's got a kick drum at his feet. Living from a sack. He's got a hi-hat on his back. Well, I know this ain't the way. Well, he had it planned. Well, he was supposed to be playing the grandstand. And he played for the sound to take his place. So he played, well, he played for all that noise to go away. Well, I sit alone, my microphone. Well, I strum my song. Oh, won't you help me? Won't you sing along? And he played for the sound to never fade. Well, he played just to forget all his mistakes. I sit alone with my microphone. I strum my song. Won't you help me? Won't you sing along? He's packing, he's leaving, he's heading out. He's gonna find a way, figure all this out. He's packing, he's leaving, he's heading out. He's gonna find a way, figure all this out. And he played for the sound to take his place. So he played, but he played for all that noise to go away. I sit alone with my microphone. I strum my song. Won't you help me? Won't you sing along?
Sorry, what was I doing? Just like
Great tune. I love that.
Wow.
What a great song.
Yeah. Going back to that medieval time story.
It's all
You
about
should go, PJ. You should take the kids.
I'm not kidding. Since I was really young, I've always wanted to go there. I have no idea what I have. A good idea of the concept of it, but I can't have any.
Me too.
I have a thought.
All right.
Book a gig in Toronto
Yeah.
at the Elmo Combo,
Yes.
and then what's that place called again?
And we
Medieval
go there
Times.
for dinner.
Go there for dinner, and we'll join you because I always wanted to go to the Elmo Combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fantastic idea.
I think for medieval times, ever since I saw Cable Guy, I've wanted to go.
100%. 100%.
So
Like that?
it is a great time, and I'm not going to lie. I told you about I have the King's autograph, but the thing with that is
You mentioned.
I did mention. Yeah.
I mentioned
So you
several
sit down
times.
and you watch this huge show, but you eat like a whole chicken. Like it's like amazing.
With your hands?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Like who?
Well, you can. I mean,
Who
I think they
doesn't
give you
want to do
cutlery, but I was just right in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, at 10 years old, surprising.
Is it like goblets? Do you get
Oh, I
goblets?
do it again. Oh yeah.
I've never had a beverage from a goblet.
I haven't lived.
Well, I think it's.
Says the Irishman.
You only drink out of goblet.
Yeah, I figured in Ireland that's all they drink out of, right?
You bunch of
In
peasants.
Guinness glasses. I figured.
You haven't lived.
Oh, that's good.
I wish we were having fun today. I really do.
Oh, me too. This is great.
This is terrible.
Owen, what's your biggest pet peeve?
In general?
Sure.
It can be musical or it can be general.
Oh, Jesus. That's...
It's about us, isn't it?
Man, you put me on the spot there. That's a fucking very broad question. What's my biggest pet peeve?
We could come back to you because I'm going to ask all three of you. So
Oh, great, because I'm thinking I have nothing either.
That's
I
my
love-
pet peeve,
I love
guys.
everything.
Right? Not having a pet peeve?
Not talking.
I suppose
Kidding.
coming from my background and like I would have played like some cover gigs back home, and like to me it seems like the venues here kind of really stretch the cover artists, and when they're playing like back home we'd play like a 2-hour set, boom boom boom, get it done, no breaks, no nothing, get your money, get out. Whereas here it's like play for 45 minutes, take a break, play for, so you're there for like a really long period of time, and you're probably getting paid the same money that I would have been getting paid for 2 hours work back home, but you're stretching it over 3.5 hours.
yeah,
So like coming in here and seeing that, I'm like, to me, I think it's venues kind of taking a bit of an advantage of the musician in that respect. But that's just from the outside looking in. I'm sure there's probably some rationale behind it that I'm unaware of. But like, yeah.
selling pints probably. I would imagine.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. It's the venue, but I know, like, back home, anytime we played anywhere, like, you'd start the music at 10 o'clock and you'd play till 12 or till 10:30 to 12:30. If you took a 15-minute break, the ass would fall out of it. People would start leaving. They think the band is finishing, and the guys behind the bar would be looking at you going, why are you not playing music? You need to fill that space, because that's when the crack stops, is when the music stops and people are kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of a weird flux where, like, you know,
Makes sense.
yeah, it's like the record scratch where it's like, whoop, and then everyone kind of goes, oh, wait a minute.
Lights come on.
Yeah. It's like, what's going on here? Whereas, like, here it's the norm. But, like, it's the norm here. It's just that cultural. I can't really say it's a peeve because it's the norm here where it's not back home.
But
I
it
just
fucking pisses you off.
Yeah, you seem pretty upset about it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I-
Actually, I went out.
Can
saying,
you
"Pat,
also after all? Can you explain crack too?
I was just
the crack is spelled C or AIC. Like, it's just having a good time.
was or 2 letters? C
R-
or
C R A I C.
I'm just
Sorry,
messing.
yeah.
Hey, do you know that word?
There was a lot in that that I didn't understand, and
think
we've been hanging out for a while. So you guys are.
So crack was like having a good time.
Having a good time.
Having a good
Correct.
time.
Yeah.
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 And then, like, it's just like that record scratch and it stops, and it seems like the crack stops.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going on? You
It's
know,
the
so-
awkward silence that nobody likes.
Yeah,
It's like,
you know,
let's
you'll
get outta
find
here.
people that, like, maybe talk to fill space in a conversation without really saying anything. It's like, let the music fill that space, and everyone doesn't have to worry about talking, and just let the fun happen and the
love
drinking happen, and everyone have a good time.
All right, I forgot the question.
Yeah,
What's pet peeves?
It's how do you spell crack? I think there's a number in there.
Yeah.
I thought I heard a 9.
Yeah, I heard 9 is
Yeah. Who's next?
I don't know.
Pet
Anybody
peeves?
else? They said
Wanna
they
throw
didn't
it out
have
there?
any. What's your pet peeve, Dog?
I don't have any. I'm a Smooth sailing. I don't know. Nothing bothers me, man.
I don't like people that are in the fast lane driving slow.
Oh, I was gonna just say a driving one. I hate when people don't fucking signal when you're at an intersection. You're waiting for someone. They don't fucking signal. I'm so sorry. I just got angry.
Mike just got angry.
I often don't signal if I'm in a clear turning lane, and people get.
But are people around you?
Yeah, sometimes. But I'm in a clear turning lane.
We're broken up.
And
is Mike behind you in line? Is he waiting?
I've had other people in the car that are like, "Well, you have to signal," but I'm in a clear turning lane. This is evident that I'm going that way.
I guess it's This is a terrible question. You're getting me mad. But yeah, it's like if you're affecting someone else's driving, then you got to use your signal.
I'll agree with that.
Other than that, nothing bothers me at all.
We got through it.
Not bad.
Well done.
Let's go.
Well done, gentlemen.
I'm fine.
So you guys are still doing the recording process right now, or that's what's going on? And you said, 3 songs you're working on?
Yeah, we've got another 3 songs. So we've done all the drums, all the bass. I think we've got vocals for 2. And then, there'll be a ton of guitar. Mike's got a load of work for just these 3 songs. There's lots of guitar, lots. One of them is a song called Slow Burn, which is basically just a 3-minute solo. I think there's 4 words in the song.
So you wrote that one?
I wrote that. Yeah. That actually, that's one of the lengthier vocals.
Wow. You guys are
Slow
deep.
burn is 2 of the words. The rest.
Which we say multiple
Slow burn,
times.
crack.
That's
Somewhere else.
Scratch.
The number 9.
So again, Mike he's kind of bearing the rest of the weight for the next 3, but hopefully, and then editing and Mike does a lot of that stuff at home. He's got a studio at home, so we're lucky enough to have him to kind of take all these things and figure it out before they get mastered and all that sort of
So
stuff.
you mix it all too yourself?
No, I'm not good enough for that.
Okay.
But I am like a bit of a psycho, like with the editing and a bit of a perfectionist with some of that stuff. So, and I just over the years, like we've sometimes when you pass it off to someone else and you don't trust them or you don't know what their sensibilities are, and you get it back and you're not really happy with it. So I try to do as much as I can, with us and us talking about it and making decisions on ourselves. And we were lucky enough to get connected with a local guy, Phil Bova, who's been doing it for years. Like he's built studios and been recording, and he's just a really cool dude. And we had a session with him doing bass, and just get a really good feeling. Like anything you want, he can get the sound for you. He's a bit of a mad scientist. He's got so much cool old gear. You ask him about anything in his studio, and he'll just he'll tell you everything inside it, everything, where it was made, all kinds of stuff. So I think we're finding people that, we can send it to mix and master. And then the rest of it, I think we're going to try to do on our own.
Well, it's part of the process, right? Like you got to trust who's taking. Like you guys are putting your heart and soul in this. The writing, the playing of the instruments and stuff. You don't want some guy that's like, I'm going to slap it together in an afternoon for you. You want somebody that's going to take it and say, hey, I'll do my best with this, guys. And you need a rapport with that person. That's what I feel. I mean, we've had a couple of producers on here, and that's one of the key things. It's just you build a rapport with the guys you're doing the work for.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and build that trust.
We had a couple guys too. We did the drums at Raven Studio, I believe.
Yeah,
Mike. Raven Street, that's right. And it was neat because a few days before the session, one of the guys reached out and said, like, what are your influences, or what do you want this to sound like? And you know what I mean? Like they actually take the time to kind of prepare ahead of time before you get in there and just set up mics and push record, right? Yeah. Which I thought was really cool.
Like they don't have to do that. They're not getting paid to research, miking techniques that was used on certain, recordings that we might like. So that's pretty cool when you get somebody that cares and they want to do a good job,
And you get PJ the mic that actually, adds extra words to the song. That's the best mic out
which
there.
is huge. I didn't think it existed.
Yeah. Well, apparently it does.
It just opened his mind.
Yeah, man. Blew his mind.
Is there something unique about someone in the band that we don't know about?
Because we've known you for so long. Well, he has.
Like that. Owen just gave the old, not me, man.
Owen looks nervous right now.
Everyone just looks at me when you say that, and I was like, "There's
It's
nothing."
like, we're like, I don't know, your accent, I
Well,
guess.
you're unique. You're unique.
Nobody knows it.
Is anybody
He's
missing any, like, toes or anything?
Oh, now we're getting personal.
Anything gross that we should know?
No, maybe we should.
I don't know where that came from, but
I think Bremner was an underwear model back in the early 90s. Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Wow.
he is
Well, he took a
in
lot
good
of-
shape.
He
He's
took a lot
in-
of underwear pictures. I don't know if he was a model.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
still
if
does.
you send them out to people, does that make you a model or just creepy?
Yes.
Unsolicited or
You're
solicited?
modeling.
Well, exactly. I'm not sure which way.
We'll ask him when we get back to you, and the next time we're on the podcast, we'll bring him along.
Yeah, that
Sounds
teaches you
great.
for not being here,
That's
buddy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bremner is just a cartoon. He's an hilarious guy. So you can see again the vocabulary.
You're
coming into
struggling.
play
Yeah,
there,
you see that.
He's an hilarious guy.
He's an hilarious
guy.
He's an
Here's where the
hilarious
vowels
guy.
come in, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really,
English language
PJ's
is
exhausted.
I should have
really
been a drummer.
entertaining.
You were.
Yeah.
And now you're not.
Damn it.
I caught you.
So what's the feel like the best part of like when you're playing live? Is it sort of like the feeling you get from the crowd, or is it something that you kind of feel as you jam together? What is the best kind of part of the live performance?
Not fucking up is amazing.
It's
Like,
paramount.
I'm someone that really needs to like practice and warm up. I can't not play guitar for a week and then just go on stage. So I think whenever we have a gig, we make sure that we have at least a few practices before, and it's great when you really kill it, and you melt faces.
Yeah, so for me, it's kind of getting lost in the moment, kind of too. Like I don't like, not that I don't pay attention to the crowd, but I don't look for that feedback maybe from the crowd that some people do. It's just like not a complete insular experience, but it's just like being able to kind of just get lost in that moment and really enjoy what you're doing and really enjoy what you're playing. And like sometimes that can be to my detriment, because I could be playing something and one of the guys could be giving me the eyes for a cue and I'd miss it, and I'd be like, shit, I've been too much in the moment. But like it's over, man. Yeah, but it's that like being able, it's nearly like you're in a bubble and it's like nobody else is in the room and you're just there having a really good time. I suppose playing live music for me, sometimes that's what it can be all about. Obviously I love playing in front of people, but sometimes it's just that feeling as if like you're in an auditorium and all the lights dim and it's just a light on you kind of thing and nobody else is there.
Yeah.
When you get to that moment of playing live, I suppose to me that's kind of like my most favorite part of it. Until you're like, oh crap, I got to be back in the room all of a sudden, and everyone else.
Oh
is
wait,
there,
we're playing a
like,
song.
oh, no.
So you notice the balance in the band, guys. I just noticed that BJ doesn't talk very much, and then you got Owen.
It works great, doesn't it?
He's got a vocabulary of at least 20 words,
Yeah.
at least, and with the accent, maybe 25.
Half of them in a different language, but
Right. That's how it works.
for me, crowd's important for sure. Like I think I don't like when people don't like me.
Yikes.
Who doesn't like you?
I have a hard time with that, and so I definitely like the
praise.
feedback and the praise. Yeah, give
Well,
me
he's the singer, right?
give me the praise.
Love me.
Yeah, I like when the crowd gets into it for sure, and I think everyone you obviously feed off that, and you kind of know when you're hitting your spots and playing well when the crowd reacts. So that'd be my.
That's the luxury I have that you don't. Is like you feed off that crowd. I'm hiding at the back. So
Yeah, fair.
I don't need that feedback. Whereas like if you're on stage and people aren't digging it, like it's so much harder for you to get into the field.
Yeah,
which I get completely.
yeah.
Which is a complete luxury for me. Definitely being
Yeah.
playing on the drums.
I don't know what it says about me, but I think when someone says, "Oh, I really like that song" or whatever, compliment me, like it feels great, but there's part of me that doesn't believe them.
I never believe it.
It's like, you're just being nice, you know.
I think that's a terrible part. I never believe it, even if it's my own friends and family. You kind of have to say, you know, oh, that was awesome. Like I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You're you know, there's a certain part where you're forced to say that to.
Nah, that's just imposter syndrome. You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
But
Well,
yeah,
I actively don't make eye contact with people after a show because I feel like that's what they're supposed to say now. If I look at them, they're gonna be like, "Hey, great show."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Of course you're gonna say that because you're my friend and you're a nice."
that's an awkward part.
Mike,
Where's Mike?
that was a great show.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are the best.
I
No,
think that-
listen. If they're coming to talk to you about it, they're
I
not
believe
going to
that.
do that just to do it.
Yeah,
You guys, you have to get over yourself.
Well, yeah, I think.
Yeah, really.
I think
I'm gonna get
that's,
some friends.
I
to
think
come
it's
down and
natural
just
though,
hammer
right?
you after a gig. And just say that was
hoist
awful.
me up, maybe.
Hey,
Parade me
Mike.
around. That's the only compliment I will accept. So I need to be
Carry him
hoisted.
around the stage after he's done. Mike.
Well, maybe we need a couple of the exact opposite to gain some confidence. I don't know.
Wow.
You guys are
Someone should
trash.
be like,
You
turn
guys-
around and
yeah,
say,
What are you guys doing on stage? Get off!
Yeah, I'm pissed off I didn't have anything to throw at you.
Yeah. Well, there's
I
there's a
drank
beer
my-
bottle or something.
Bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys are getting ready to go on stage, do you guys have any before, a couple hours before the show? Do you do anything special, or is there hockey players have their idiosyncrasies? Do you guys have any?
We kiss
Before-
a lot.
It just got really dark.
Is that for real?
Is that for real?
Just on the forehead.
Yeah.
Mike just stands
not
in front
weird.
of the
That's really
mirror
weird.
for 20
Dude, you
minutes.
can kiss anywhere but the forehead. It's like, imagine, I just
Anywhere?
picture you kiss you. Well, come on. But I mean, kissing on a forehead is kind of a creepy thing to do.
And that's sort of a private thing, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shouldn't.
Oh,
have-
it's out
that
now.
was my other
It's out
bit.
now.
You guys haven't warmed up to me.
You know, you guys are really awesome, but that guy that kissed me on the forehead is really like,
The
what
other
happened?
bands of kissing the
Yeah,
other
what
bands.
happened there,
Hey,
man?
have a great show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we?
That really freaks someone out. Before, have a great show.
Oh, that would be
And then
amazing.
Just before they're about to
call
go on
them honey.
stage, just completely psych them out.
Oh, yeah.
Really rile them up.
Yeah.
And then I'll be sitting in the front row, just
gonna
making
do-
eye contact the whole
licking
time.
your lips.
Oh, yeah. Dog, I'm going to do that to you, and we do
Oh,
the,
no,
the
you're
CD
not.
release party.
You're
for,
not doing that to
yeah.
me.
We
So
should have
we're
done that
hosting a
before the
CD release
podcast
party, so-
started.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is there something that you would like? Is there kind of a ritual or anything that you would do?
Not yet.
No.
I'm always envious. Like when I see artists that do that, I'm like, that's a great idea to kind of get yourself going or whatever. But I don't really have any.
I was thinking about the Eagles.
We're just gonna have to start
like
God
now?
damn it!
Yeah, you're right. I think the ritual's been established now.
Yeah. Forehead kiss. Sorry, guys. Wait till Bremner hears that.
He'd be up for it.
Oh,
He'd be
yeah,
the most
yeah.
excited.
I've met him.
He's
Like
got a big
he's a
forehead,
great
so
guy.
he-
Like
he
he's
wants
funny.
3 kisses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would be the one that would really.
He's got a
push
sixth
us
sense of humor.
into
He's an
Well,
excellent.
Gus is excited because he has a large forehead. So
It's
true.
more to kiss.
Huge head.
cranium.
Well, I'll ask the question.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Do it.
So there is none. Obviously, you guys have established there's no ritual, so we're gonna move on. The
we can make something up. If you
yeah,
want.
no. We
No, no.
appreciate it. The kiss on the forehead is perfect.
Yeah.
So we have a question that we ask everybody. It's been ongoing. It's been since we started because Dawg loves 80s music and I love 90s music. So if you had to choose 80s or 90s,
You guys want
Owen.
to go first?
Was there music in Ireland in 1980 and 1990?
Yeah, you guys
There
get-
must have been.
other than the Pogues.
Yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
two. They were around.
Yeah, right.
I'd have to say 90s just because I'm not a huge fan of like the recording sounds of the 80s. Like the gated, snare sound. And I feel like this is, I don't know if this is unpopular opinion, but I'd love to hear a lot of these 80s songs recorded with like today's sounds and today's like synths, just to hear what they would sound like, as a non, what's the word?
Don't ask me.
Or me. Mike,
That was perfect.
you may not.
Victim of the 80s.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I was trying
You may
to
not kiss me on the forehead.
It's been revoked.
You're getting one anyway. Mike's gonna get you.
say. Or 4.
I would definitely be 90s. I was big into 90s hip hop when that was going on. So I would definitely say 90s over
Who's
80s.
the goat? Who's the goat?
I don't think I have one.
No, but who's the greatest rapper of all time? Okay, give me your top 5.
Top 50.
No,
Top 100.
5, if you could.
This is really reaching into his vocabulary.
Well, no, but
Yeah,
he's
it
like
really
me. We
is.
like
Like, I
90s.
just saw
We
your
like
pictures.
90s, so I'm just gonna see where my list is compared to his list.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good enough list. I can't. There's no way I can call out one anyway. But like, yeah, Dr. Dre, like even back earlier than that with like LL Cool J and stuff, and like Cool Mo D, like like going way back to like original stuff. Yeah, so again, we're kind of bleeding into the 80s, but that's where I started listening to it, and then yeah, like and then you start getting into Puff and Jay-Z and stuff, and just real smooth voices and songwriting, right? Like really good songwriting.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah. So I don't have one. I don't
Owen
have
hasn't
one.
answered yet.
Yeah.
I suppose like my influences when I was like my dad was big into like Springsteen and the Police and stuff like that. I like that with Rory Gallagher as well. Like I do have influences based in the 80s, but like when I was younger too, I grew up in the 90s, so I'm gonna say it was a fine balance of each. I used to love like the Police, like they were, and Queen too, man. Like who doesn't love Queen?
Yep.
Man, I used to watch their live at Wembley. Like we had it in VHS, and I think I used to watch it weekly.
Yeah.
Do Freddie Mercury was a bloody icon. I'd be strutting around the living room like pretending I was the guy. So yeah, like 80s are definitely in there as a strong influence. But
That's a reasonably good performance too at Wembley.
Yeah, it was okay.
Pretty good.
For the 80s, it was all right.
Like for whoever saw it, which I don't think was very many.
Yeah, there was a few people there, maybe
Yeah.
5 or 10.
Unbelievable.
So
yeah.
Owen for Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Mike, not so much.
Hey, I love 80s. Okay.
I was just kidding.
So
boys.
what?
Actually-
So go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, like, one of my first albums was Men at Work.
Nice.
I think that was my
And-
first concert.
And it's like the most 80s sounding. I think it was Business as
Usual? Yeah.
And it's the most 80s sounding album I've ever heard. And I love that album, like start to finish. I love
Yep.
it. So I definitely love a lot of 80s, but it's
If we keep it here long enough, they're all going to say 80s.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about the question is we all have influence in both.
Yeah, there's no
And
right or
it's
wrong.
like
Yeah.
it's kind of neat to hear someone's take on it because they're all different, right?
Yeah.
Men at Work, I would have never thought of that album, but I love,
a great
I
album.
like them.
Yeah.
Like that's for sure.
It's a great album.
Yeah, you probably have it.
I do.
Yeah. So like, when will we see? Do you know when the album? Do you have like a date specified, or is there some time that you
Probably
have?
open late April, early May.
Yeah, I think we're definitely spring. I don't think we want to push it into the summer. It's only 3 songs, so I guess that's considered an EP.
Yeah.
We need a name for it. I know.
Or we
PJ's
haven't
bad.
decided yet. We
A
might-
kiss on the forehead.
Chicken in the drum.
Chicken in the drum. We got a couple.
Yeah.
We'll do a poll.
Owen's chicken.
Owen's chicken. Mike's kiss on the forehead.
Crack.
It'll
Just crack.
confuse
Crack.
every-
Crack.
Crack.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad.
Simply called crack.
And we'll spell it wrong.
Yeah. Or we'll spell it the way Owen spells it.
Or right, yeah.
Well, Gaelic, right? Is it Gaelic?
But that's it. If you spell like Owen's chicken the way you spell my name, it's going to confuse a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
But no one would have
Perfect.
any idea.
People
Yeah,
go, what is this name?
Yeah.
Spell it out for us, because it.
EOGHAN.
Wow. That,
Like, how does that say?
I just call him
Owen.
I just call him EO.
We call him
EO.
EO, yeah, or just
EO.
O,
Yeah.
or,
'Cause
or
Andrew's
Irish.
son's name is Owen as well, like, but his is spelled the more-
O-W-E-N?
Yeah, the conventional way.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah.
I'm
the
EO.
North American way.
So when the songs come out, guys, it's going to be on Spotify, obviously.
Yeah.
Any
We-
plans to put it onto any kind of physical, like a CD or?
I don't know. Like, that's something I've always wanted. I've always wanted to have like an album that you could, look at who played on what tracks and all
Footnotes.
the liner notes. I have always been so cool, but
I'd say
I don't know.
nowadays it'd be like
It just doesn't.
a keepsake for us, really.
Yeah,
more
like
than-
financially, I don't know if it makes sense to, unless this podcast gets us legions and legions.
of course
of
it will.
Fans that demand it.
At least 8 more.
Yeah. Well,
Well, if you get to 20, then,
Maybe
you know,
6.
make a CD.
Yeah, it's not something we've talked about. I mean, social is just crazy. That's sort of your first avenue for sure. And I know you're big into vinyl and that sort of thing. And I guess that's become a huge thing again, right? That kind of has a big resurgence as of late, but
it's not
cassette,
cost
is that right?
effective,
they're
though.
kind of coming back.
Yeah.
That's
No,
how
they're
we'll-
not.
We'll release
They-
it on cassette.
Yeah.
They never came back.
Well,
What
they
we'll
are
do
back.
is we'll release it on cassette.
There
and
you
sell
go.
cassette players
Yeah.
at our gigs.
that's a
You
good
can't
point.
listen to it unless you buy the cassette player.
I actually still own a cassette player.
Cassette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
You'll get a
that's a
cassette
pretty good model there.
Well
Bad
done.
idea.
You're forcing them to buy the $15,000 cassette player to play the $9.99.
Boys, I can go
Cassette.
vinyl, CD, or cassette. So whatever you guys decide. I got them all.
Braille.
I got it all covered.
So we'll make at least one of those for you, Dog.
It's fantastic.
Cylinder. Yeah. Is it-
That's what you need. More shit.
Reel to reel.
Okay.
There we go.
that's-
8-track.
Okay, that's enough.
Moonray.
Moonray.
What a
Blue
great
Ray.
name. What a great name for the album.
Laser disc. Moonray.
Oh,
Picture
yeah,
disc.
yeah,
Gentlemen,
yeah.
thank you for coming. That was amazing. Appreciate your time and obviously opening up to us. And
Thanks for
look
having
forward to seeing the album. And PJ, always good to see you. And
as
nice
well.
to meet you, boys.
Thanks for
Cheers,
putting up
thanks
with
for
us.
No, it was great. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish this had been more fun.
Yeah, it was great crack.
Yes.
It was a great crack.
Well done.
Thanks
Well done.
again, guys. Appreciate it.